Hi everyone, welcome back. Today in Reading Workshop, we're going to slow things down, take a breath, and just do a review. So today is time for review. When I get stuck on a tricky word, these are two things we learned this week. I can read it part by part, like fantastic, or use a word I know. If you know make, you know taken and bakery. Excellent. So now what we're going to do today is we're just going to practice each of these. And I'm going to give you some words and we're going to try it together. Okay, so let's get ready. The first strategy, read it part by part. Okay, so we're going to practice this first. I'm going to give you a word. Let me find my marker here. Okay. Here's our first word. I'm going to write it really large so that you can see it. And let's see how we can make this. Or take this and take it apart to read this word. So, check it out. Try it on your own for a moment. Now, to tackle this word, I'm thinking of starting with the un. So I'm going to write that down and separate un. And I'm going to separate till. Not sure if that's what you did, but that is what makes the most sense. And then you have until. Okay? So using until in a sentence, like until tomorrow or until we meet again. Okay. Another word we can try this part by part strategy. Got it. This is a hard one, and we see this a lot in our books. Okay, so if we don't know it yet, we will after we use the part by part strategy. How are you going to take this apart? I'm going to give you a moment. Try this. I'm going to show you how I broke it apart. First, I would start with the beginning, the D. And then this part. Okay. There we go. So I broke it apart like this, and we have D. Now you might see the C and go chi, D-chi, and then dead. Decayed doesn't really sound like a word, but what we do know is the C sometimes makes the S sound, like an S, and we often see that when we have a C and then an I. So let's try it the other way. Decided. Yes, that's right. It's not decayed, it's decided. Decided. Excellent. Let's try one more using this strategy. Okay, and these are some hard words, and I took them right out of Poppleton, the book that we've been reading. So, here it is. How are we going to break this apart? Sometimes when you break it apart, you might even use the other strategy where you're looking for words that you know. So you might want to try that. So like the beginning. I'm thinking of it like this. Okay, let's think about what we know. Well, we know at, we know 10, and T-I-O-N makes what sound? Shun. So, at 10, shun. Attention. Attention. Oh, it's attention, like pay attention. Oh, so look at that. And what I did was I started with just pulling the part where I recognized two words that I know. So I actually used that other strategy with this and then read it part by part. So sometimes you have to try this a couple of times and say it a couple of different ways. All right, so now let's go to the next part. Use a word you know. So make, you know make, you know taken, you know bakery, and you know shakes. So let's try these words and see what we can do. Here's my first word. I know that there's a couple of words here that you'll know. Look carefully, thumbs up when you see or recognize words within this larger word. All right, so some of you might see the word in. I see the word ring. So using that word, if I know ring, I know spring, right? So that's one way of doing it. Okay, let's try another one. So here, I know this word, the or. So if I know or, I can kind of figure out the rest of this, the color, color. Yeah, so this is one way of doing it, okay? I'm going to show you the other way using words that you know. So this way we looked at words and we found words within the word we know. Now I'm going to show you if you know this word, then you can figure out other words. Okay, last one. So if you know the word peak, then you know you just change the P to a B and you've got beak. And then you have weekly. And this is not weekly, like once a week, twice a week, weekly. Weekly we will meet at the park. That would be an EE. This is EA, so this is weekly, like you're not so strong, you're weak, kind of like little muscles, okay? So I hope that this was helpful for you today, just slowing it down and checking in. We're going to be doing that once or twice a week. These were the strategies we used. And then I showed you with use a word you know, another way of just looking into the word, not just thinking about the word you know and then changing a letter, like make and then changing it to taken and then changing that same letter, initial letter again, and so forth. But I also showed you just looking within the word what you might know. Okay, so I hope this was helpful, and I'll see you again real soon. Bye.